and welcome to the Property Show, your #1 property portal. Our highlight today is the accessory spot with a collection of furniture designers from our local artisans bringing to life beautiful trendy pieces ready for your home. But first, the property pick of the week takes us to the epitome of the beautiful Machaco horizons. These modern contemporary luxury units offer a balance between country and urban living. They come with all recreational facilities. Telkom gets the big tick with their revamped technology solutions.
For you at home, we have a range of solutions, and we have all the way from single users, we're connecting estates, and we're connecting even the users who are moving away from the office.
One of the frequently asked questions is, how can one turn an idle plot into a home, and what are the cost implications? Catch Upskill Turnkey Budget Solutions segment later on the show.
Construction generally involves 3 major steps. The first one is, dealing with the preliminaries, getting the drawings approved, and doing, the basic substructure. That takes about 40% of the cost.
Another exciting segment you cannot miss captures a homeowner's spirit of resilience, mirroring her style and personality.
Getting the right people was one of the challenges. Another thing that I didn't really think much of is the terrain of the land.
Property Gallery breaks down sound investment options available in the market. All this and much more is lined up just for you. Interact with us across all our digital platforms. We have a packed show. Just sit down and enjoy. As always, there is something for everyone. With a countryside backdrop and the gorgeous views of the Machaco's horizons, Serene Park is the choice for modern living. From recreational facilities to luxury amenities, location and security. If you're looking for a home that gives you a balance between country and urban living, Serene Park is worth considering.
Welcome to Serene Park. This is where we have the parking. If you live here, you can fit 3 cars comfortably. So let me take you to our show house. Yeah. As you walk, you get to see we have that pergola that gives it a modern feel of the place. Then this is the entrance. This is the welcome place. We have natural solid doors as you go in, yeah, for security and again beauty. Yeah, let's go in. Once you enter, we have this feature wall made out of mazeras where you can have family photos, you can have the welcome message like this one says home sweet home, which it is. Yeah, karibu. So once you walk in, the first place you go is our lounge, which is big, spacious and with very big windows and a high ceiling with wooden feel to ensure that you don't feel that Machaco's heat. The house inside, it's very cool. Then next to the lounge, we have an outdoor place where you can put seats and get to enjoy the beauty of your house from outside. You can even have your lunch, breakfast from here outside. Then opposite the lounge, we have the dining that can fit comfortably, an 8-seater dining table. Here we had a 4-seater, but it can fit, as you can see, there is enough room for an 8-seater. On the flooring, we've done tiles with a wooden fill, and the walls we've done a very beautiful paint, yeah, all around. As you walk towards the open plan kitchen, the first thing you see is a breakfast nook where you can have your kids seated here with nice bar stools as they wait, maybe saying, "Mommy, breakfast." When you walk in the kitchen, the first thing you see is, again, light. We emphasize on light in our house. And if you're purchasing, you get a hood, the cooker, comes with the house, and all the cabinets. As you can see, these are some of the cabinets we have at the top, yeah, pre-fitted, yeah. And the sink that we have is a double sink made out of heavy grade metal, and under the sink we ensure that we have an under sink heater, so that as mama or whoever is washing the utensils is doing it, they can do it with hot water, yeah. Behind me, as you can see, comes with microwave and an oven pre-fitted, and another cabin here. Maybe you can put your spices, arrange them neatly and nicely there, yeah. Next to that, we have the washing area. Outside there, if you can see, that's a DSQ, again, fully en suite for whoever is staying there. It has a small kitchenette, yeah. And then here we have our pantry, and as you can see, it doesn't have any shelves. We leave it for the imagination of the homeowner. They can put shelves, they can arrange all their food stuff within there. Then here is our first bedroom. It's really big. This is our guest room. Again, if you grow old, you can turn it into your master bedroom because it's fully en suite. It has a big shower space, modern toilets, and the sanitary wares. Then we have modern closets, as you can see, with lights so that you're able to see whatever is in your closet. Then here we have the dressing mirror with a special hidden compartment where you can hide your medicine and makeup, say. We have a socket here for shaving and all that, and somewhere you can put makeup if there's medication there. Then more closet space. Again, closet space is enough. Closet space here. Closet, 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 yeah. And big windows, as you see. We don't normally do any grills because we are sure the security we are giving you here is top-notch. We have the clock room that we've tucked some flight of stairs down, and we've done a very special space here where you can customize it. You can have your shelves that you can arrange your shoes, you can arrange, say, kids playing toys over here next to this very spacious cloakroom. So let me take you up to the rest of the house upstairs. As you can see, we have a very beautiful space here. You can do it more of a wall of fame where you arrange your kids as they grow up. You can arrange the small photos all the way up. We have very beautiful windows. We didn't want to do the common big windows over here. We want to do small windows that give the house character. Yeah. Again, if you started down there with the kids being small, I'm hoping by the time they're 18, the last photo will be somewhere here. On this floor, we have, now this is where all the other bedrooms are. We have the first bedroom and the second bedroom, which are again all en suite. This is our master bedroom. It's larger than the others. You've seen the other bedrooms are very big, but this is larger than that one. You can see a 6x6 bed looks small in this room. It's also en suite, but different. It has a shower cubicle inside and a big bathtub on the other side. Then outside here we have a very huge balcony. You can put outdoor seats and get to enjoy Machakos, the surrounding here. These stairs lead to the rooftop. Let's go. So this is our rooftop. As you can see, it has outdoor lights and a very nice outdoor socket that prevents water from seeping in. You can set up your Nyamachoma jiko over here, overlooking these beautiful hills around here. You can enjoy your sunrise from here and the sunset from this other side. The name of the project is called Serene Park. The name comes from how the place feels if you live here. It's serene, it's charming. We have at the moment 27 units, of which we plan to have up to 90 units. 4-bedroom all-en-suite plus a DSQ villa with beautiful gardens surrounding the houses. And the plinth area of the house is 3,600 square feet, livable space. For our amenities, once you get to Serene Park, the first thing that you are wowed with is the infinity swimming pool that is next to our huge clubhouse. The clubhouse can seat up to 300 guests. So if you live here, you want to do your functions here, say your kids' birthday parties, you can have it in that clubhouse. Within the same clubhouse, we have a gym that we don't charge extra for that, for the client. So as long as you're living here, in your service charge, you get to enjoy all these amenities, the swimming pool, the gym. We're also working on the steam room. Nearby, we have Machakos Golf Club, if you enjoy such. Then we have one high school behind our estate and several other primary schools around here. Serene Park is located at the Machakos Junction. We are 500 meters from the Mombasa Machakos turnoff. We are 10 minutes from Konza and 30 minutes from the airport. Our target market is business people who are setting up in Athi River. Athi River is taking up from industry area, so there are so many businessmen who are putting up industries there. We provided them a dwelling place near their businesses. We are targeting Konza people. We are targeting the diaspora community, people from Makueni, people from Machakos, people from Mwingi, who want to be near their home of origin, but again have that feel and charm of Serene Park. We have our own borehole water supply. We have our own sewer system here. We have brought grade A security that have even dog patrols at night. We have an electric fence, several CCTVs, camera at all the corners. So if you live at Serene Park, you know you're safe. That's why we don't have big fences. We don't have grills on our windows, because we know when you move here, you're safe. We have several designs for payment. We have partnership with several banks that try to facilitate some of our clients to owning homes here. We have in-house payment terms that are friendly to the client. You get to do 20% deposit and complete the remaining amount within 1 year, and you're able to live within the estate. And we normally have a cash offer for our clients here. If an investor comes and purchases here, before even I give him the rental return, I'll offer him the service of furnishing his houses, following up the rent, managing the whole project, so eventually he gets the rent. And the rent being, if he ends up furnishing, he gets between 150 to 200. If he rents out the house unfurnished, he'll get between 120 to 150.
For me, what makes Serene Park tick is the offer of a balance between country and urban living. At First Avenue, we can bring the dream of owning this home to life. Just give us a call or drop us an email. We can also arrange private viewing too. Telkom today is winning with their revamped data and mobile money products, which has positioned them as the to-go-to on all matters technology. The head of products and solutions puts this into perspective. Karibu sana on the show.
Thank you for inviting me back. Thank you.
I need my technology sorted at home. Peter, how can you help me?
This has been a journey for us at Telkom Kenya. We've gone through about 2-3 years of revamping and restructuring our products and solutions. So for you at home, we have a range of solutions, and we have all the way from single users, we're connecting estates, and we're connecting even the users who are moving away from the office. So if you look down at the single user, we have a product that we call Live at Home, and this category of products allows users at home to get unlimited access. Well, they're classified in different levels, and this many on the capacity they want. You know, at home currently we have people going to school, we have kids doing their video conversations, and they want to play, and business is also going on. So the categories are based on speed and the quality of service that would enable these users at home to consume that service and enable them to solve their business, school, and play issues.
Speaking on residential projects, we know that we have residential projects across the country. Are you ready with your solutions?
Yes, and that's part of where we focus a lot, because we notice that we cannot leave behind the user at home. And COVID has just done it right and said, user at home, user in the office is one. So what we embarked on, and this is almost our second year on it, is to connect residentials at home now. And we are going to the estates. What we are making sure that we connect the estates, we get to the gate, we get fiber infrastructure to the gate, and then switch on the connectivity to the households. And this could be through Wi-Fi connection, or it could be through cable connection all the way to each residential unit. And this project is not only covering Nairobi. We've started in Nairobi. We have live projects that are going on, users who are active. We have projects in Mombasa. We have just commissioned 2 estates in Mombasa. We have some projects actively going on in Nakuru and Kisumu. Now, the underlying factor is Telkom have infrastructure. As we speak today, we have infrastructure to every county. That means that we can access any part of this county. And not only are we within the county, so we have fiber into the county and we can extend it now. How do we extend it? We can extend it either through fiber, where the landscaping and access is not easy to do or is very expensive. Then we could use our wireless connectivity, carrier class point to point to reach the estates, and then we demystify the consumption of this service through a typical Wi-Fi connectivity. What we do not want to do is to change the user habits. So the end product will appear to them the normal way they consume it.
Talking about being across the country, how can our viewers reach you? If somebody lives in Kisumu or in Mandera, how can they reach you?
Even from Garissa, we can start all the way from there. But as you know very well, Telkom Kenya has been present in the whole country. So we have outlets in every part of this county. You can access us one from our digital platform, where you go to our website and you can get access to our either the products directly. For SMEs and home users, we made it very easy. It's actually a self-service process that you can get to acquire these services. For the rest, you can access us, and then we get an account or relationship manager to contact you. You can access us through our outlets, the popularly known shops, because from that point you can access all the services that we give. So when you're there, you can either do 2 things. You can either buy end product and walk away with it active. You can show interest to access your estate which is not connected, and we start the process of giving you infrastructure access to that. And what we've done, we've partnered up with contractors and made it easy to do these deployments. One of the things we've noticed previously that most buildings were set up, but the only infrastructure they considered was probably power and some cases water. So what we are doing now, and we are working with the developers to make sure that the ducting infrastructure covers not only in the common areas, but all the way to the unit. Actually, the home is becoming like an office. So we have ducting and cable layouts done, preambled, so that when you're consuming service, you just switch it on.
Wow. You've talked about infrastructure, solution, and access. What next?
When you look at, let me use the common term, digitizing the economy. So you start by giving connectivity. That's the discussion we've had. And we've discussed giving connectivity to the single user, to the business. Now we've enabled the estates. What we are looking at right now is how do we then enable services to these people, both from enterprises and from government. We see a lot of government to citizen conversations happening. So what we've done is we have made our infrastructure ready for overlay. We are opening it up for people to come and overlay the services, and primarily the government services, any enterprise. So when you come in our hosting environment, in our data center, we've made it neutral, and we have a lot of software as a service. Basically, software as a service is where you do not invest. As a consumer, you do not invest on infrastructure. You just pay for the service and you get it. So, and we're looking at several sectors. We have a lot of interest and solutions in health sector. We notice with the COVID environment, people don't want to go to hospital, they don't want unnecessary exposure. So we have telemedicine solutions that we can access from home. From that connectivity we gave you, and actually the key idea is whether you're at home, you're on the move, or you're in the office, those services come to you seamlessly. We are in agribusiness because we want to enable the farmer and make it easy for them to do business. Two things we're looking at there is make sure the farmer can get the markets and the buyers do get value for money through making sure that we can guarantee quality control across. All these are still technology enabled, and that connectivity we talked about is the best value, and then we lay over the applications and the solutions that will drive that.
Asante sana for your time and your generosity with your insights, and we are watching you.
We are ready.
With work, study, and play technology now all intertwined into one, Telkom is now essential in our lives, and it's moving with you. Next, the accessory spot. Did you know our Juakali artisans can now bring furniture pieces to life? Let's get a feel of what's available in the market.
Tunatengeneza aina zote. Kwanza vitanda, sofas, coffee tables, TV stands, zote. Kuna referrals. Ukifanya kazi nzuri, customer anakurefer. So wanakuja tu. Designs mostly customer anakuja na yake yenye anataka, na pia tuko na designs online na download akitaka na anaitisha hiyo. Raw materials kama mbao ama vitambaa zote tuna shop Gikomba. Customer akiplace order inachukua maximum 1 week inakuwa ready, na tuna offer free deliveries within Nairobi. Na kama uko outside Nairobi, tunatumia Wells Fargo to deliver at a charge. Client akinunua furniture kwetu na within a few months ama days yaribike, tutaitengeneza for free. We have coffee tables, plain coffee tables, as in any design. We got two plain, either rectangular ama circular. So hizo ni around 17,000. Then we have coffee tables zikona kama drawers, zikona tu design tofauti na hizi plain. So hizo nazo zina range 20,000. Na tuko na TV stands. Kuna TV stand tu ya kawaida iko plain. Hiyo ina range 20,000. Kuna TV stands ziko na part moja raised, ziko na drawers, unaweza fungia vitu hapo. Hizo nazo zina range 25,000. We have dining tables. Dining tables circular ama rectangular hazina mambo mingi, almost zina range the same price. So rectangular ama circular. 4-seater 45,000, 6-seater 65,000. Beds we have queen size ama king size. So king size ranges from 45,000 kwenda juu. Queen size ni kwanza 40,000 kwenda juu.
This is the narrative which I always use, that when I began this business, I realized that there was a gap, that customers were being ignored simply because they are not fundis, they know nothing. But customers are the biggest asset, because one single customer has individualistic and personal thinking of how something should be designed. So what does it mean if you bring more than 100 customers on board? Individualistically ordering seats. It means by the time you are done with 100 customers, my friend, will have learned a lot. And you be open-minded. Don't be rigid as a fundi. Fundis are rigid out there, and I can request most of them, don't be rigid. Customer is always the king. I remember my first order was designing a 3-seater Chester. And then I did it for close to 3 weeks, which nowadays I do it in 2 days. So I crafted the Chester seat, and it was amazing that the client who consumed it did not know that it was my first order. So after the appreciation of the customer, we moved forward. Now we'll begin with showcasing the way the comfort is achieved. This seat is a recliner. It's made of little foaming, which are always medium density, but we fit it with a lot of fiber. If you look at it when I sit on it, you see, it's made of springs, and the cushions here is low density with fiber, so that when you are able to recline, you recline this way. You see, comfort. Now, the customer who wants this kind of seat is doing it to suit our comfortability, and comfort to this client should be done to his or her design, because he thinks this way is right. This is customer number 1. Customer number 2 will order this seat, which is called Mozart. It's a very simple seat, whereby on the sitting area, the cushion is medium, because when I sit on it, it goes down. So it is medium, then it is fitted with fiber at the back. This is customer number 2. Customer number 3, this seat is commonly referred to as laugh seat, because it's only made for individual. A person who loves himself or herself will sit on this seat. So this seat is high density. You see, there's no comfort as much, but there are people who realize comfortability is when the seat is tough. So this is the seat. Customer number 4. This seat is always referred to as wing chair, but with an open arm. This seat is so big. It is made big this way so that you are able to have comfort when you are sitting in the balcony. The cushions used here is medium. Now we have the lowest density of all. This seat, which is called wingback. The cushion, as I can demonstrate, it is going in, you see? So this is the least. So we have fiber, high density, medium, low density, then the least in that breakdown. So all these are customers who think independently, and comfort to them is relative. It should not be determined by somebody else. They are the one who decide what they want when it comes to comfortability of their staffs. So we'll turn this way now. This is Chester seat. I'll not explain more when it comes to cushioning. I'll explain about design now. This one has been battened all over, even back and sides and front part.
If you're looking for that furniture piece that gives your home a wow effect, our interior design partners are ready to help you transform beautiful furniture pictures to life. Just give us a call and we'll be happy to make it happen. We are taking a short commercial break. When we return, catch cost implication on turning your idle plot into a dream home with our upscale turnkey budget solution.
Even for those who are thinking of owning a house and they don't even have plots, we'll be able to take them around, help them identify a plot, and ultimately help them get their house.
A home ownership experience plus other investment options available in the market. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after the break.
That's when she replied, "Give me one good reason to stay with you." Nikamtumia 100 reasons to be my boo. Akanisho unabonga sana kwa text lakini in real life when I'm timid. Hapo nika get minutes ya kupaint picture vivid. Akasema ati I'm in demand. Unadhani DM yangu ni MD? Kumbe nilikuwa nishasotiwa na 100 MB.
Call, SMS and browse from only 10 shillings with Telkom. Now that's power. Telkom, moving with you.
We are back. You're watching The Property Show. One of the questions asked frequently is how one can turn an idle plot into a dream home, and what are the cost implications. Let's get to hear more.
Upscale is basically a product which we are offering to the market for those people who have land, who have purchased lands, but they really don't know how to go about constructing their dream house. So we are a consortium of various professionals. We are talking of quantity surveyors, architects, project managers, and marketers who have come together to offer designs ranging from 2-bedroom all the way to 4-bedroom maisonettes. As the owner of land, essentially you pick the design which you're interested in. We'll advise you on the costing upon site visit. Then it will be our responsibility to construct for you that house. In short, you show us your land. After a few months, we give you your dream house. Title deed is what is traditionally used as a collateral by the financier. So actually, that is the legal document that is required by any financier for them to provide construction loan. Construction generally involves 3 major steps. The first one is, dealing with the preliminaries, getting the drawings approved, and doing, the basic substructure. That takes about 40% of the cost. Then there is the other shell. Once the building goes up all the way to the roofing, which takes about, around 20%. Then there is the finishing, which takes about 40%. So for a cash customer, we'll expect them to avail money. The first batch will be 40%. We'll do up to substructure. Then another 20%, we finish the entire shell. Then the final 40% is now for us to do finishing. Generally speaking, the deposit is for doing the substructure. Takes between 1 to 2 months, at most 3 months. So ordinarily between 1 and 3 months, that's when we expect you to make arrangements for the next payment. The entire construction period is about 6 months, so all the payment will come from within that time span. Since we are using the client's funds to build, then it means that the client must avail the funds, and we cannot build and have the client pay later. So the process is that for a cash client, they'll avail the funds depending on the milestone agreed, and then we build using those funds. For those clients who are borrowing, because financiers release money based on work done, then once we get to a certain milestone, we'll provide the certificate, then the banks will release the funds. Clients are free to get financing from their financial institution. APSA is one of our partners whom we've partnered with to offer this solution, but clients are free to go to any of their financiers. Just to encourage clients who are out there who have land and they are thinking of building, but they don't have either the time or the technical know-how. To come, we will have a house ready for them in about 6 months. Even for those who are thinking of owning a house and they don't even have plots, we'll be able to take them around, help them identify a plot, and ultimately help them get their house.
Upscale turnkey budget solutions come with complete architectural designs to pick from, a dedicated team of professionals to hold your hand, and financial partners ready with construction finance. Just give us a call and let's start the process. Last week, we caught up with Jackie, a homeowner whose beautiful home has a classic, contemporary, elegant character, from the decor details to big, bold furniture selection, capturing her personality. Just pause, sit down, and hear this amazing story. Thank you, Jackie, for having us in your beautiful home.
Asante sana, Nancy, and you're very welcome. I'm happy to have you in my house today and just host you. Feel at home.
Asante sana. Let's start this conversation by asking, who is Jackie?
Jackie is a mother, a friend, a sister, a mentor to high school youth, especially those who have just cleared and getting into university. And one who's very passionate about healthy living, about exercising, eating well, and just making sure we take care of ourselves so that at the end of the day we are good for ourselves. I'm also a PR and communication specialist. Yeah, so that too is my passion. I enjoy what I do thoroughly, and I love to build brands wherever I can and whatever I do. I love reading, I love collecting music, I love traveling. When I'm not driving, yeah. So as much as possible, I do that. I'm also an antique collector, so I'm sure you have picked a bit of this and that in my house, and it's a journey that has begun and a journey in progress that I thoroughly enjoy.
Let's come back to your home ownership journey. Where did you begin, and how has this journey been for you?
Well, that started way back in 2010 when I felt like I needed a home. And every time I'd go and look at, different homes, my sister, my friends, and say, wow, I too want a house I can call my own. So my journey began by looking at different houses in town. Then I realized most of them were really out of my budget. And I figured, okay, there has to be a way out. I never gave up because it was a dream for me. And slowly I started and said, look, I'm going to look for a plot in a decent place that I love, and then just, boof, jump into construction.
So you bought a plot?
Yes.
And how did you pay for your plot?
At the point I worked for a bank. So for me, accessing credit facilities, a mortgage facility, was very easy. And as well, my bank was very supportive. My employer was very supportive in just providing construction mortgages for us. So that helped me to fit perfectly into my dream.
So you've bought the plot, you've started the journey. Now you need to pick the construction team. How did you go about that?
Well, first I started with my dream. What exactly did I want for myself? Now, originally I kept on saying I want a house that is Victorian, in its feel, in the way, that's a dream that I had. And if you look at my house carefully, there's one or two bits of the Victorian, it has a Victorian touch here and there. And I wanted a house that has a traditional yet modern feel that will be able to transition through.
So you wanted a fusion?
Yes,
of
I
a
wanted
traditional
a fusion
and modern look.
Yes, that would transition through the times, timeless, so to say. So with my dream and what I had visualized, I had to find an architect then who was going to take that, sit with him and discuss, and then take it and put it down on paper and make sure that I had what I wanted. Now, I got a very good architect who was very supportive, who was very creative, very open-minded, so that even when it looked like I was making a suggestion that didn't look like it was doable, he was able to provide a solution. And out of that, then somehow I was also able to get the right structural engineer. With the bank, we also had to get quantity surveyor to give you the bills of quantity. And then I also needed to get a foreman to be able to start, because remember I was working on a shoestring budget. So as it were, I really needed to take care of every penny. So that meant then that I couldn't
You were the supervisor.
Yes, I became the supervisor, and because I really wanted to make sure that the penny stretched as far as it could. Now with that in mind, then I had to get a foreman. So I had to walk through, visit different homes that I thought I liked, my friends are around me, anybody that I was referred to. Do I like this house? What do I like about it? If I liked it, then who is it that helped you to get this done? So I got a database of different suppliers and professionals, and then I was able to talk to each one of them and just see who is it that understands my dream? Who is it that is able to say, okay,
translate the dream to a paper and to reality?
Yeah. And are they flexible enough to say, hey, look, what you're asking for is not realistic, or yeah, let's see how we can work with this to be able to get it into what you want without compromising on quality and basically the structural design of the house. Yeah, so that was my journey. And I think the key people that I would say I wouldn't ever do without are the architect, the structural engineer to start with. And of course, because I needed to get a mortgage facility, then there was also the quantity surveyor. Yeah, so that I was able to put all of this together and then go to my banker and tell them, look, please give me the facility.
Wow. What is the one thing you can say that you're so happy about this home?
I love that the dream that I had is finally here. Yeah, my dream actually came into reality. So I was able to achieve what I wanted, the space, the lighting, the airiness, and even the location of my house. I'm sure you looked at my living room. Yes. That is my heaven. I love the fireplace especially. I keep looking at my mantelpiece. I can't get over it because the first time I looked at it and got a picture of it, and I looked at one of the suppliers and said, look, are you going to help me put this in place? And they said yes. And I got a perfect fit for my mantelpiece. I love that. I love the wrought iron effect. Like I told you earlier, mine is tradition with a fusion of modern. I love my fireplace. It gets very cold here. So yes. I needed to get a big fireplace. You notice my fireplace is actually very wide, and I love it when it's cold because then we are all able to gather there and just have a good fire that warms the house, and as well we enjoy it all.
We all know that building a home, construction is not a walk in the park. What were your pain points, and what would you tell anybody thinking of building their home? These are the red flags you need to look out for.
Certainly, Nancy, construction is not a walk in the park. It's not for the faint-hearted. And for me, one of the things, like I said earlier, was selecting the different professionals and fundis, so to say, who are going to walk the journey with me. Getting the right people was one of the challenges. Another thing that I didn't really think much of is the terrain of the land. And for me, that's something that is very, very key that I'll tell anybody who wants to get into construction. Never ever take your land for granted and look at it and say, it's flat, so let us begin. So it's something that needs to be taken into consideration by the architect right from the start, so that you're able then to translate what's on paper right to the ground.
Because it's very expensive if you don't do that.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I went through. And I remember for me, the land was hilly.
Because your land is slopey.
Yes, but I just never thought it was that bad until we started constructing. And if you look at my house as a result, then we had to get various levels. I had to backfill the land. My garden actually was a garden that I had to backfill and construct from scratch. Because if I had left it, then we would never be able to get into the house because of the heights that were created as a result. Now, another thing again, changed my design slightly. One of the rooms in the house shouldn't have been there, but because of the different heights,
because of the terrain of the land,
yes,
you had to modify the house.
Yes, I needed to modify the house. So I had the option of having either a false roof or another room. So that again was another cost that I had not foreseen. So other than the backfilling of the garden, other than just having the extra room, of course there's also the extra labor that comes along with it. Please remember that I got a facility to build the house. Which
so any changes
yes,
affects the cost.
Yes, and you have to convince your financier that, look, I never saw this, it was unforeseen. And it's very difficult convincing, especially people who haven't constructed before. How do you convince somebody that you spent over almost $1 million trying to get the height right? both at the back of the house and at the front of the house. So that's one of the challenges that you really have to look out for when you're constructing. Then another one is you need to get fundis who are reliable. Yeah. And sometimes you will have people who come and talk to you and you think, oh, they know their bit. But they are not reliable in the sense that they'll probably come to your site, first of all, take longer than they should take. Two, they will not do what you ask them to do. So there's a lot of trust issues that will definitely come into play when you're constructing. Yeah. And then thirdly, there's the issue of materials. And please remember, there's also the issue of the bills of quantities that you gave the bank. And sometimes you go and you realize, the bills of quantity were this, but when you go to the shop, in reality, there's such a big difference. Again, another thing I realize is that you've got to have the same mindset as the professionals you're working with. For instance, if you have your quantity surveyor, what sort of tiles do you want to have? What sort of finishes do you want to have in your house? Be very specific to your quantity surveyor and say, look, it's my house. And again, you've got to be very firm. So that what you want is what you will get. If, for instance, I want this tile, nobody should convince me that there's an alternative unless there's a good reason for it. Therefore, there's got to be a sync of minds right from the start and be clear about it, because anyway, you're the one who's going to pay for it.
And you're the one who lives in that home.
And you're the one who's going to live in that home. So you've got to have a fusion of minds at the point where you are coming up with all of this, so that when you're going through the journey, then there will not be a big disconnect between what was put on paper and what actually becomes.
A big thank you goes to homeowners for opening their doors and sharing their home ownership experiences with us. What's your story? We'll be delighted to visit you next. Just give us a call and I'll be at your doorstep. Next, the Property Gallery with a selection of investment options available in the market.
Located in Kilimani along Demi Road, Cozy Garden are modern 3- and 4-bedroom apartments satisfying the natural beauty craving. These units are a stone throw away from the CBD, enjoying the convenience of city fringe living. Accommodation features: spacious living area fitted with large windows that allow in natural light, provision of a dining area that can host up to 6 people, a semi-open plan kitchen fitted with a cooker and hood, a pantry area that has more extra storage. The bedrooms for all the units are en suite, the flooring is ceramic with a woody look, and gypsum ceiling fitted with LED lights. The common amenities will include borehole, large capacity standby generator, solar water heating system with ample storage tanks, fully equipped gym and clubhouse, swimming pool, spacious children's play area, rooftop recreational view, 2 high-speed lifts per block, 2 units per floor, 2 parking slots per unit, CCTV surveillance, secure access control system, internet and connectivity access. This development is in close proximity to schools, shopping centers, hospitals and other recreational facilities. Located in Kilaleshwa off Kagunda Road, Siaya Park Apartments are modern 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, boasting of its high-end finishes. These units sit few kilometers from the CBD, leaving a backdrop of a beautiful city. Accommodation features: spacious living area fitted with large windows that allow in natural light, provision of a dining area that can fit 6 or more people, an open-plan kitchen fitted with granite countertops providing a convenient workstation, a pantry area that has more extra storage. The master bedroom for the 2-bedroom apartment is en suite, while the other bedroom shares the common cloakroom. The flooring is ceramic with a woody look and gypsum ceiling fitted with LED lights. The common amenities will include 24/7 manned gate with electric fence, CCTV surveillance in common areas, video intercom with a chip access card, ample parking for the residents plus guests, children's play area, swimming pool, solar water heating, backup generator, 2 high-speed lifts, fully equipped gym, and a borehole. This development is in close proximity to schools, shopping centers, hospitals, and other recreational facilities.
At First Avenue, we have a selection of all range of properties in every price range. We also arrange private viewing. Just give us a call and we'll be happy to kickstart your homeownership and investment journey. The Property Show remains your #1 destination on real-time information on all things real estate. See you next Sunday for another exciting episode only on The Property Show. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.